Hey, welcome back, everyone, to American Eagle Rises. Frank is in the house. How you guys doing for a Sunday? It's in the evening time. We got a couple of things done that we wanted to get done. Fixed a couple of things, did a couple other stuff, and went out for a walk, actually. I wasn't feeling that good. I was kind of tired. I went for a walk, and I kind of felt a little better. It definitely helped. I must have I got too much tension in me, and I obviously need to relax more. Right? You guys are probably in the same boat, I would suspect. So, a little bit different, maybe. Maybe you guys see a little bit different. We're nearly done in this room. All the desks are clean, moved, and the computer's up. At least now the desktop's where it should be. We got a couple of things we need to fix. And the wires and all that, like my mouse and keyboard. I thought I could use them through the monitor, but they don't power on, so I got to direct. More setbacks to the projects within a project. What else is new here on American Eagle Rises? Well, not much. For today's video, we'll give a little bit of a market update here real quick. So let's just, I don't want to get into it that long here. So the only thing I will say is we'll look over some of the big numbers. I can't remember. All right, so the DXY is about a little bit over 100. Treasury 10-year 406. Nothing major there. Bitcoin's been bouncing around. It went almost all the way down to 80. It wasn't down there that long, but so it's been hovering about 85,000. So you never know, guys. We might be testing. So if we don't test 70, I think we're gonna test 75. When I have no clue. Again, Yoda's back there. He says he wants to have the day off. I don't blame the guy. We got Godzilla over here just munching on a train. I guess he didn't get his chicky nuggies or chicky tendies or whatever what is it called? I don't know. And we forgot to shave. Sue me. But yeah, guys, I think next week trading week is gonna. I think overall it'll just be more of the same. There might be a weird curveball, but it's a short trading week. I believe only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is. I know obviously Thursday, and I forget if Friday is a trading day or not. I swear it wasn't, but I don't know. That tells you how close I used to look at these markets more and more closely. I just look at it's like baseball. Like I used to love baseball. I used to watch multiple games when I had ESPN, and after a while, then it was just like, all right, and I just look at the box scores and right? It's like, oh, okay, the Tigers didn't win the World Series, darn it. It's been a while. 1984. What a great year that was. Yeah, okay, that's all I'm going to say. So, outside of that, again, I say save your money, folks. I think you're still going to see gold and silver creep up. Yeah. And again, when I say go up, again, it's more an inflation hedge. It's not, and that's what's kind of more disturbing for some people too, is that, oh, is that all-time high? Well, it's like, yeah, because inflation is an all-time high. I would argue it's still underpriced, but, is Frank buying? No. Because I already did my homework. I already did my accumulation. I started in what, 2008, 7, or no, I mean 9, something like that. Anyway, I don't suspect anything. Obviously, there's still weird. Supposedly, MTG is quitting Mega, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Is this just some type of knee-jerk reaction? More distraction? Most likely. I think everything is rigged, everything's faked, and everything is just like a really bad movie. Really bad movie. So, do we need the real glasses for the... No, we don't. Maybe real quick. We might... So we'll just put them right here. So, last night, man, I don't want to say I was in a bad mental space. I don't know. You guys been watching my channel for a while. If you haven't, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the view. If you guys are from Raymond's channel or some of the other adjacent channels, did he just end his live stream? Yeah, he might have. It's kind of early for him to listen. I don't know what the heck going on. Sorry, guys. That was like in live, so I was like, I don't know. That was not planned. Sorry. But yeah, guys, to say things are rough out there is an understatement, and then to say things are rough for men in general, but you know, if you don't have others in your life that actually, when I mean others, meaning that are around you on a regular basis that you see, right? You hear someone else's voice, right? As much as we try to work on, not telling ourselves that we're bad, or, you just keep hearing this, and you try to put, I'm not a really believer in like affirmations, but I don't know. Sometimes it's at this stage, maybe we might have to consider that. Maybe you might want to consider that too. Drop down below. Have you guys experienced with that? But I'm not looking for external validation, and I'm sure you guys aren't as well. Anyway, Shadow of Ezra. But in the same breath, if it's just ourselves, right? Are we lying to right? We could be lying to ourselves. Oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread or whatever, and you're really not. But in the same breath, maybe you are, and you're like, oh, I'm the worst person in the world, right? Like there's always these things. So before I went to bed, I was just like, man, I don't really want to get up. I don't want to do anything. I got all these things. I want to do them. I don't want to do them. Like you guys know my story in the last like month or so. I got things to do. I can keep myself busy. It's just one of those like why, and then when you're tired, you just don't want to do anything. So I'm about to I'm kind of like, all right, trying to just relax. And I'm like, all right, I better get off this thing and then get off because I don't want to be on the computer, the last thing and then try to go to bed. That doesn't really work too well for me, or at least that's what I've noticed. But an older friend that used to live when I was like a teenager, like in high school, he posted this thing and Raymond's mentioned this before, and I think it's actually the same scene, I believe. But it's actually, I don't want to say it's like Marcus Aurelius, but it's kind of like a Stoic saying. But it was like perfectly tailored. I think it was tailored for me, okay? So, again, coincidences. I don't believe everything is a coincidence. If it's a coincidence, it might be slightly coincidence, and then it's... I don't want to say synchronicity, right? It's not necessary, right? It's not nothing is planned, and it's not just all planned, right? But what am I talking about? So it's a scene. It's a meme actually, but I don't know. It's hard to call it a meme. I think this is good, but it's from the Matrix, and it's got Agent Smith, right? It'd be better to have more of a context to it, and it says, "Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you persist?" And it's Neo, and he says, "Because I choose to." I was like, oh yeah, we needed to hear that. The universe was communicating through a friend of mine, and it was just, like I said, too many coincidences to call it a coincidence, right? It's actually kind of ironic, right? Because my last name is Anderson. Right, and I actually, I mean, a lot of people think Matrix is good, but right, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, like how, like, what, you know, they can't understand, and you choose to persist. So I need to hear that more often, and to be honest, I used to pride myself in that, like just, you know, you're that big. What are those like redwoods, right? Like they're thousands of years old. They're still alive. They're still growing. Like you know, the trees actually technically keep growing until they actually die. They may grow very slowly. You can't really see it, but they are growing. That's kind of technically. Even we are growing, but our body's different, right? We don't actually grow height-wise. That would be one thing, wouldn't it? You just continue, although like it'd be hard to have like a house. You bought a house and then, oh, well, you know, we got to add more. You bought a 2-story house and now it's just a 1-story house. Anyway, so, and, you know, that was like just enough to like, all right, fine. I finally don't feel like so crappy and, you know, just enough to remind myself, yeah, no one else is going to do this for you. So, and if that wasn't enough, right, I wake up and I'm getting my coffee. And one of the things that I do on the weekend is I'm making my coffee and like I'm kind of like planning out my day. And I kind of back up. It's not necessarily a wood, but it's like a wooded lot and it's pretty thick. And I got all my little critters. You know, we got like birds and all sorts of birds, and there's a whole bunch of squirrels, and there's like 3 squirrels that are like almost my pets, because one in particular can come up to the door and like, you just, here you go, and then like just slowly grabs the peanut. There's a couple, they get to the door, they kind of get really close, but they don't take it from me. But if I drop it right next to me, they'll come and get it. But so I'm doing that, right? And then the first thing on YouTube is this, it's a good video actually. So I'm going to put it down below. I'm going to, what do they call that? Like link to the content creator. I didn't sub to the channel. What is this called? I got to put my glasses on again. Psycrypt? Looks like they got almost 74,000 subscribers. But this video is called Why a Generation of Men is Quietly Done with Women. And it's actually more than just that. Yeah, Arthur Schopenschei. Yeah, I think even Raymond has mentioned this person's name before. But it's you know, and I think what was that, Friday? Yeah, when I met up with that one ex, which was actually 2 exes ago, not my latest ex, the ex before that. How many exes does Frank have? I don't know. I got a lot of exes. Exes, not axes. Although I do have a lot of axes as well. But the thing that I was mentioning was like through history and these things, these cycles, they repeat, and we've been here before. So this is a perfect video if you guys are kind of trying to understand where, I don't want to say where you fit in, but like where's all this going? Why is this kind of happening? It doesn't answer those fully, but it's more of a, you know, listen to that and you'll see some of these historical cycles like in Rome and but where this, you know, you kind of go through that doomer, you know, you go through the red pill rage and then you kind of go more to the black pill doomer thing. But it's all in all I think they call it the dark night of the soul, where you're all isolated and, you know, you're kind of forming your own thing. And eventually, well, you basically are going to path 2 paths, right? Like, for the most part, it's either you're going to get through it and this is going to make you stronger and you're going to be more, what's the word? sovereign, right? You're sovereign. You don't need anything to give you more validation to make you feel good about yourself, and you're not playing the game anymore. That type of thing. So check it out, guys. I it might be more valuable to you guys than to me, but I thought that was good, so I thought I'd just share it here. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Where is my camera button? So we're just a little bit over 15 minutes, and I think that's totally fine. So, last, it's not quite important. We don't have to say anything about it. It just popped, lightning bolt into Frank's head. Totally irrelevant. Why is Frank saying... I have to. So tomorrow, right? Short work week. We got 3 days. It's going to feel like hell. I'm hoping I can work the entire week from home. I'm not sure. I might have to go in Tuesday. I might just go into Tuesday just to suss it out. And then if there ain't many people around, I'll be like, yeah, Wednesday, not many people are going to be looking to do anything. So probably going to work from home. We're going to see. I don't know. I got a new boss, so I'm trying to feel that out too. But Frank's going to go to Harbor Freight first thing in the morning because they got a great deal that's coming for... It's all this week, but the inside track people, which I am one, you get to shop Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, Frank, why don't you just go when you... Well, no, because there's a couple of things that I want that previous years they go out right away. They never make it to... So if you're not an inside track member, you probably... Some of the deals that you want to get, you won't get. From what I heard, they can go pretty much like the first day, if not the second day. So... We're going to go first thing. The cashier told me, oh, yeah, we'll open the door at 7. And I'm like, you guys open at 8. She's like, yeah, but we open at 7. So I'm not sure what that meant because, the hours say 8. Now, maybe they're going to change their hours next week for holiday, right? But normally they stay open later. Like most places, not earlier. I don't know. Or they open at 8, but they'll open the door at 7 if you're there. So sounds like they're going to be there, so we're going to go there at 7. Worst case scenario, they don't open then, so we'll just have our coffee. We'll be waiting at the door. But yeah, there's a couple Icon ratchets. They just came out with a new series. I think I told you guys a couple of videos ago. So we're going to finally do it, and you're getting 40% off. So these are better. These are better than Snap-on, at least these brand new ones that they just came out with. So they have one that's just normal, and then they have a flex head. So the flex heads are a little bit shorter than the normal one. So they have a half, 3/8, and a quarter. So Pokemon time. So I want just one of each. There's a total of 6. That's all I want. I don't want to buy this stuff and try to flip it. Screw that. People have barely any money. So, I mean, you can argue I'm wasting my money. But guess what? We need this stuff because we're going to need it. All right. So with that, we found the stop button. Godzilla says good night because Yoda doesn't want to say anything. All right. See you. Bye.